Salvetti discipulae. So this is the second lesson in chapter 17 in Latin for the New Millennium, and it is on the fourth declension nouns. Now, here's the thing about the fourth declension and next chapter's fifth declension nouns. There actually aren't that many nouns that fall into the fourth or fifth declension. As we've often said in class, the majority of Latin nouns are going to fall into the third declension. That's why it's so important to know those third declension endings, because so many nouns are in the third. And then after that, first and second. And then fourth and fifth are actually fairly uncommon, but there are some very important frequent words that fall into the fourth declension and the fifth declension. So it's important that you know the endings. The majority of the fourth declension nouns are masculine. There are a few feminine ones. One that you guys will learn is manus, magnus. And there are also some neuter nouns. So the fourth declension in a lot of ways is analogous or similar to or can be compared to the second declension, in that the majority are masculine, but there also are neuter nouns. Okay. The way that you're going to know that a fourth declension noun is in the fourth declension is that its genitive singular ending ends in a U with a macron over it, S. That's a very important macron. You absolutely need to have that macron in that form to show me and differentiate from the singular nominative. So show me that you know the difference. Now, because masculine fourth declension and feminine fourth declension nouns end in US in the nominative singular, you can confuse fourth declension nouns with second ones. This is why it's so important to remember the genitive ending. This is why you learn the dictionary entry when you learn vocab, because you need to know then which endings are going to be put on this noun base. Fourth declensions, of course, will have this U with the macron, S ending in the genitive singular. I give you a couple of examples here. Usus, usus, masculine. So this is fourth declension. Cornū, cornūs is neuter, fourth declension. But don't confuse this with, say, equus, equi. That I ending in the genitive singular tells you that this is second declension. Same with senectus, senectutus. That is ending in the genitive tells you that it's third declension. And again, just another reason why it's so important for you to know that. Okay, this chart gives you the fourth declension endings. There's one set of endings for the masculine, feminine, and then the neuter is going to have somewhat similar endings, although you'll notice in the singular, the neuter mostly ends in the long U. Okay, so masculine, feminine in the singular is us, us, ui, u, and the plural us, ibis, us, ibis. Now these ibis endings in the dative and ablative plural, you're used to that. That's third declension as well. So similar and therefore not concerning. Neuter in the singular, as you can tell, only has one different ending. That's the genitive singular. So it's u, us, u. Okay. And then in the plural, ua. So that a in the neuter plural, in the nominative and in the accusative, pretty familiar to you now. That's true for second declension neuter, third declension neuter, and now fourth declension neuter. So ua, ibis, ua, ibis. Okay. Now I have a number of paradigms. I want you guys to write all of these charts out. In the first, I'm just giving you the endings attached to one particular word. So we have frūctus, frūctūs, which means fruit. And we have frūctus, frūctūs, frūctūi, frūctum, frūctū. Frūctus, frūctūum, frūctibus, frūctūs, frūctibus. Okay? Now, I want you guys to remember, any declension adjective can describe any declension noun as long as they're the same gender, number, and case. So they might have different endings on them, but as long as the same gender, number, and case within that declension, they can describe whatever. So you are now going to see a declension with this adjective dulcis, dulce, meaning sweet, describing the fruit. So frūctus dulcis, so that is ending is masculine singular nominative, so should be describing fructus. Translates as the sweet fruit. Okay. Frūctus dulcis, frūctūi dulci, frūctum dulcem, frūctū dulci, and then in the plural, sweet fruits, frūctūs dulces, frūctūum dulcium, frūctibus dulcibus, frūctūs dulces, frūctibus dulcibus. Now, please note that for the masculine and feminine endings, that macron over the US in the nominative plural and in the accusative plural, also important macrons. You absolutely need to have those on the word because, again, they differentiate between the nominative singular ending and then the genitive singular nominative and accusative plural, okay? I have an example here of a fourth declension neuter. So we have cornū, cornūs, cornū, cornū, cornū. So notice that cornū can translate as the horn, to or for the horn, or by, with, or from the horn, okay? In the plural, cornua, cornūum, cornibus, cornua, cornibus. And again, we can have an adjective describing them. Magnus, magna, magnum is a first, second declension adjective. So cornū magnum, cornūs magni, cornū magno, cornū magnum, cornū magno. And then in the plural, cornua magna, cornūum magnorum, cornibus magnis, cornua magna, and cornibus magnis, okay? That's it. That's the fourth declension. It is fairly straightforward. So I hope you have a lovely evening, and I will see you in class. Make sure you take good notes.